Hi. How are you?
Doing okay. How are you?
Doing well, sweetheart. What can I do for you today?
David, I have a little brother who has been into some legal trouble, and we've been fighting the battle, I guess. He's facing deportation, and I just want to know if you can tell me.
It's hard, sweetie. I know, going through these challenges here, and, it's interesting because as I tap into your brother's vibe, part of what's going on with him is actually part of his lessons in life. He's needing to take more responsibility for his choices. But I got to tell you this, the deportation thing is actually not in stone at this point, but I do know that this wave of challenges with him will definitely be strong. I keep getting the number 5. This can indicate all the way through May, but this also can indicate all the way through the next 5 months. But again, I would encourage you to offer prayer and as much hope as possible. And the other thing is, I really am hoping this brother of yours does have really good representation, if at all possible. Am I not correct, honey, that you tried to tell him to keep on track and not to, mess up?
Yes, I have.
Well, you just keep encouraging him. Your brother, he's not an innie. I mean, he's got a good mind, but he does have a bit of a stubborn side to him.
Yes, he does.
But, we'll just keep focusing on that. But he definitely is not out of the cycle or challenge. And again, 4 to 5 weeks now, I'm picking that up. And again, really solid. At this point, I wish I could tell you it's in stone. He's not going to be deported, but that's very, very precarious right now. But things can change. Just really encourage him and keep this all in prayer, honey, because it's not a real easy place that he's allowed himself to be drawn to.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling in today, and I'll keep him in prayer for you.
Thanks, David.
God bless.
I'm awesome. Hi, Reverend Akins. How are you? It's awesome. I feel so blessed to be able to talk to you this morning.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in and for calling. Marcia, what can I do for you today?
Well, there's about 3 things here. They all kind of wrap around each other. So
sure.
I'm just going to put it out there. I kind of wanted to know what your thoughts were concerning some issues for my hopeful near future events to come to fruition. And that would be, when do you see my husband coming home and my money being released to me, and also kind of a future time frame of when we would be able to relocate to another country.
Sure.
We do have one in mind.
Do me a favor. Oh, of course. What is your husband's first name, or what does he go by?
William. Or he actually goes by Bill, but his name is William.
Okay. So say Bill one more time.
Bill is his first name, but he goes by Bill, but his legal name is William.
From what I can tell, it appears that he should be connected with you, I'm assuming, in July. I get the number 7 really, really strong with this.
Oh, my goodness, that's awesome.
Quick question. Regarding releasing of your money, has this been ongoing for almost 2 years?
Yes.
Haven't you been getting some good news regarding that?
Yes,
lately?
we have.
Yeah, because it's still going to be on track. Actually, receiving the money or having it released is actually not too far down the road.
Well, that's the feeling I get, but it's good to hear that. Do you see any time frame there? I mean, like months or numbers or anything?
Well, that's so funny.
That's
what I was going. That's what I was going to tell you. It feels like it's in either May, June, in that timeline.
Wow, you are so in tune with me. That's kind of what I'm hearing as well. That's awesome,
Yeah, I'm really pleased for you, Marcia. Regarding the potential of you and your husband relocating to another country, if you guys play your cards right, you might be able to pull this off, I would believe, no later than April of this upcoming year.
Wow. That sounds really great.
Yeah, the window is very, very strong during that timeline, and it should be open, or that availability, for at least 5 months. starting in the month of April.
In the month of April, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, that'll be a good adventure for you.
Yeah, it will. Thanks, David. I appreciate you saying that because it's really well needed.
Oh, good. Well, I'm so glad, and I want to thank you for holding on to your faith, continuing in your prayers, and all of that great activity there. You're a good soul.
Yes,
you
thank
really
you very much.
How are you?
Thank you so much for tuning in today. What can I do for you today, Kathy?
Well, I'm wondering if my daughter's job is safe. She's having some hard times with it.
Just mention the first name or the name she commonly goes by.
Mary.
Well, you know what? Mary actually is going to leave this employment situation.
Okay. Is she going to get fired?
No. I think this is a choice she's going to make.
Okay.
If she plays her cards right over the next 3 to 5 weeks, if I'm seeing this clearly, she should have some great opportunities popping up, but she, again, is going to have to search for it. Your daughter's very, very employable. And so I'm real pleased about that. But at this point, with what's going on with her and the challenges around her, first of all, I'm glad that she didn't create any of this.
Well, they're very, very unkind.
Oh, I'm not surprised. You know, your daughter, she is not, she's not like some slave or some indentured servant who needs to put up with things of this nature. I mean, obviously, Kathy, you and I, we come from the old school. We know what work is work, and we know why it's called work. We do things, and, sometimes we have to be professional and so forth and so on. But there are things that have been crossing the lines where she's working at.
Yeah, that's true.
She really does need to stick to her ground. Now, the other thing I find interesting, I don't believe that your daughter is the first person to face this type of challenge with this area of employment with where she's working.
Okay. Well, that
I think it's
makes
come up
complete
before.
sense.
But you know what? She's very employable. It's great lessons going on here. But she just might want to take in consideration a different position, looking elsewhere, because she's terrific. She really is. What I'm concerned about is that this continued process may chip away at her till she becomes so weary, you may find her almost wrestling with depression at times.
Yes, she actually is.
And I'm concerned about that.
Yeah, all right.
And so, again, I know your daughter's resilient. She's a sharp person. And again, she can find other employment that will be just as lucrative and actually more rewarding for her in the long run.
Okay.
Now, I have another quick question.
In terms of financial, this is a terrific job for her.
Kathy, one other quick question. Are you or your daughter planning to move?
It wouldn't surprise me if my daughter did, but I don't think either one of us has, intentionally planned.
Any plans? Okay. I see a lot of movement. The minute you said hello, that was the first thing I was drawn to was moving and movement. Now, since there's no immediate plans to relocate residency for either of you, this probably is tagged into your daughter. And again, movement can apply not only to residency, but to moving career as well, work employment situations. But again, I know that she's going to be fine in the long run. If she, again, plays her cards right, by the time she gets to the July time period, you've got one happy daughter in your hands again.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure,
Have a nice
Kathy.
day. Thank you again.
It was a pleasure. You take care of you, honey. Thanks for calling, God. What can I do for you today?
I was going to ask you if you see me getting into a house this year, and if so, how soon? Buying a house, actually.
Oh, okay. It's so funny. The minute you started talking, I had a sense that you had certain levels of frustration around you. Now that you ask about the house, it makes me wonder if that's why I'm feeling this type of frustration on occasion. And again, it's not all day long, 7 days a week, but I see very strong pockets regarding this. Now, as I move forward, you actually have a very strong probability of getting into a home in about 2.5 months, 3 months at best.
Okay.
Okay? You just need to keep plugging forward. I want to ask you a quick question. You found the house you would like, right?
I did, but then I got laid off last year, so it didn't go through, and so I had to wait till I got back to work again to be able to...
Well, you're all back on track with that.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Are you trying to seek out a home that's in a short sell situation?
You know, I want to, because I want to try to get one that I can fix up, because I'm actually going to try to take care of my brother's kids if I get a big enough house, so that's my intention.
You know what's so interesting? You'll be able to pull that off, but there's a part of me in my vibe that I'm picking up with you. It's almost like you might want to consider avoiding short sells on homes.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm picking that up, but keep your options open. Continue to look. I am getting pictures of a fixer-upper. Are you looking for a 4-bedroom?
Yeah, 3 or 4. 4 would be great. I just want to get something I can afford on just my income. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll be able to pull it off. You really will. I do feel that what I'm seeing here is a bit of an older home. It will need some TLC, but it's not a money pit. That I do know. It does make me wonder if you end up purchasing a home from someone who's a bit older, or a home that was owned by a senior citizen. Food for thought on that one.
Okay.
You know what's so interesting? Again, I'm not real versed with all the streets and everything like that, but to your knowledge, in the areas that you're looking to look for a home, is there any streets that come to mind that may have M, the letter M as in Michael, as the first letter of the name of the street? Or is there a street has a name like Miracle? Does that ring a bell?
No, but I'll keep that in mind.
Please do. Or, and this again may sound totally off the wall, it may indicate also that the home you're looking for actually could be within roughly a mile radius of where you currently live.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, food for thought. I'm getting very clear pictures of you being very, very content and very happy with the children with you.
Oh, that's good.
It's going to go great. So I'm real pleased about that. And I just got to tell you on a personal note, I'm very, very pleased with the goal that you've laid forth. And I'm really, really glad that this is going to be achieved. Just keep your faith up. Really use the time you have available to really get out there and search. And do not be surprised you come across a terrific deal that might be sold by owner as opposed to having an agent listing.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind too.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been trying.
Keep your options open on that one.
Okay. And one more quick question: What can I do more to get more enlightened?
Well, honey, that's a terrific question. That can come through many, many ways. A couple of things I would encourage you is to dedicate time daily towards meditation with the intentions of allowing the self to expand your consciousness. The other thing I would suggest is that when you get time to ask God to guide you towards books, areas that will bring in certain knowledge that will help expand that area for you. And of course, I do encourage you to consider looking into the teachings of Christ and studying those as well. But as I move forward, I do know that as you seek, remember, we've been promised we will find. Just keep focused and be diligent about that. But incorporate prayer, the meditation, some form of meditation daily, and just try to stay in the now. And you're going to find, but one thing I can tell you, you keep plugging forward. It's a great question, and you will achieve that goal of expanding your area of enlightenment. Yeah, you'll keep expanding that. Well, Mary, thank you so much for calling in today. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much, David. Have a good day.
God bless you.